Are you ready?
I'm here to get what I came for. An open invitation to bring slaughter. I rain precipitations in clean water. Since a teen, I was deemed a supreme author. You should feel what I came in.
That was tough. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go through a glute and hamstring exercise, a glute and hamstring workout today from one of my programs from the app. So we're gonna go a lying leg curl, 1 1/4 rep, reverse hack squat, hip thrust, dead stop, abduction machine, and then a little superset to finish, rounded back extension and dumbbell Romanian deadlift. So let's just do it. So with your lying hamstring curl, this machine I never like to go too heavy with, because if you go too heavy, you can really compensate too much on this machine. You'll see a lot of people when they curl, they'll either like lift their butt up like this, or they'll just be like pulling with their body and their arms. So I really like to keep the weight like relatively light so that I can really squeeze my hamstrings hard and like only use my hamstrings. So, okay, second warm-up set. Stop laughing at me. Alright, this is the V squat machine, which I never actually use the way that you're supposed to use. I always usually flip it in reverse. Okay. So we are doing, says on the program, 2 sets of 8. But basically, once again, I'm going to work up to a top set of 8 reps. So I'm going to start with this weight and slowly increase towards the 4th set. Going reverse because I'm going to do more glute focus in this. It is glute and hamstring day, so when you go in reverse or you hit it in reverse, it gives you more power to drive the hips back, similar to like doing a low bar squat versus a high bar squat. So more glute hamstring focus basically. Okay, let's do it. All right, third exercise, barbell hip thrust, dead stop. So to the ground, back up again. If hip thrust was my major lift and I was doing it first, I would be going a little heavier, but today it's the third lift in, so a little bit lighter in the weight again, more glute, hamstring focus, mind muscle connection. The number 1 rule for a hip thrust, always, always, flick the hair first. Okay. Again, when I say comfortable, my hip thrust 8 rep max, or I think 10 or 8 rep max is 190. Okay, so if I was going for like strength and I wanted to go really heavy, I could definitely put on a lot more than that, but like I said earlier a couple times before, really dialing it back, really just keeping the focus on the glute and the hamstring. I'm not trying to use my whole body to like shift the weight, so I want to go a little lighter. Just let me get my sweat moustache. Do you want to unwrap this for me? I'm just kidding. All right, we're halfway. 3 exercises down, 3 to go. Let's do it, guys. On the abduction machine, you're targeting like glute med, glute min. I guess it depends how you sit on the machine, because you can lean back or you can lean forward or you can go neutral, and you can slightly move the bias towards where you want to target most. So leaning a little more forward, targeting a little more of my glute med, like top part of my glute, and my glute minimus area. So I like to keep the weight light on this one. If I go too heavy, I don't really feel it in the right areas. So it's quite a lightweight and just a really good burn, high reps. Ooh. That 11th rep, the 11th rep, is when it starts to really burn. It's like right there, down that glute med to glute minimus kind of side glute. Yeah. All right, last superset. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do it. How about this music? We've gone from like full-on 18-year-old clubbing to like old school. I always get asked about rep ranges, right? So something that I always share with my girls on my team, don't always be too fixated on the rep number itself. Like for example, if your program has 3 sets of 10, whether you hit 8 or 10 or 12 isn't really going to be the difference. It's more working towards that point of exhaustion for the muscle. So you really just want to make sure that you're working past that comfort zone each set. And if you've got 10 written in your program but you can only get 8, that's probably better than doing 3 sets of 10 where you just easily hit 3 sets of 10. So yeah, I always kind of aim for that borderline where I feel like I might be able to get all the reps, but if I don't, not a big deal, because next week I'll go back and I'll aim to get all reps. So just always trying to make sure that challenging the weight and not getting stuck in comfort zone. Oh, that's a good superset. Okay, so we're doing a rounded back extension, guys. Obviously you can do the 45-degree back extension in 2 ways. If you're doing it for lower back, you might see people do it more like extending, squeezing through the bottom of the spine. But we're targeting glutes and hamstrings. So I like to keep my upper body rounded over. So my spine is, my erectors are a little more relaxed. And then you almost want to feel like you're thrusting the hips into a pad and then driving the hips back, almost like a Romanian deadlift, right? So really working glutes and hamstrings. Then we're gonna superset it with the RDL. So I love this superset because this one here, you're working, or the hardest point of the workout is at the top range, contracted, short range. And then you're gonna go straight into the exercise. RDL is actually the hardest in the long range. So the part of the movement where the glutes are in stretch is where the hardest is. So combining them kind of feels good. I love it, it's a good superset.
How do you feel? It's all done now.
Good. Done. I think we made it count. Hopefully I don't lose too much of my booty in the next however long it's gonna be. Okay guys, that's a wrap. So I've just done my last leg session for, I don't know how long it's gonna be, we'll see. Maybe 4 weeks, maybe 6, maybe 7, maybe 8, I don't know. But I'm gonna be back with you guys soon doing my first session back, and with Christian as well. So we can document how recovery is going and how I get back into my training after surgery. Yeah, that's really it. I'll see you guys soon. Mwah!